My name is David Ford, and I'm the lead quest designer for Horizon Zero Dawn at Guerilla Games. So the original concept was composed of three main elements: beautiful open world, robot ecology, and primitive humans versus those robots. As that concept was being explored, there was a particular character that really jumped out at the team, and it was a young girl staring off into the distance, and that concept eventually became what Aloy is today. It gave us the opportunity to have the character we wanted, which was someone that's really agile, someone that's very intelligent, someone that's very tactical, and someone that provides a good juxtaposition between the power of the machines and the relatively frail humans in comparison, this David and Goliath type of relationship that we've always looked at. In Horizon, you're always outmanned, outgunned, on the verge of being overwhelmed. It's something that you need to approach tactically if you're going to survive and succeed. There are a lot of people that are friendly in a lot of the settlements that you'll meet. Some of the quests, you'll have companions that come with you and go into some of the fights that you have. But this is a very dangerous world. It's a world where everyone is trying to figure out their own way to survive. You have tribes of people, and you also have some people that have taken a darker route. There's some bandits in the game, and some tribes that are very hostile to you and to your allies. It creates a situation where if you're outside of one of these settlements, you need to be on your guard. You need to be paying attention to the world around you. One of the things that we explore in some of the side quests is the factionalism and some of the wars that have happened between these tribes, which I think is a very human thing. You know, we tend to group up into clumps and have our own agendas, and sometimes when those agendas clash, wars and other conflicts are the result. There's the ancient mystery. How did the world get to be the way that it is? But also, as you do a lot of the side quests, you're going to get a window into what came in the recent past and some of the relationships between the tribes.
Co powiedziałeś?
Znajdź se wyro, wyrzutkuj, śnij o wygranej klubie.
Our concept is pretty simple on the surface. You know, you've got the beautiful nature, you've got the machines, and then you've got the primitive humans. And that's really what the main quest arc is going through and discovering piece by piece how the world came to be like this. And it is a story that I think is very compelling. I do feel like it is believable and it justifies itself. And you could see, okay, yeah, I can understand how we could get from where we are today to this universe. So the primary use of the dialogue wheel in conversations is to allow you to explore the world and learn more about the people and the history of the place that you're in. We also have a series of moments that we call flashpoints, where you're presented with a few options that we feel all of them are consistent with who Aloy is as a character, but it allows you to express how you would like her to react in the situation, whether it's with more compassion or more intellect. And in several cases, the choices that you make in those moments will have repercussions down the line. And there are also other types of choices that you can make, where you choose what happens to certain individuals, you choose whether people live or die, you choose whether a companion will come along with you into a difficult situation or whether you want to do it alone. You can choose whether you're going to engage with the scenario stealthily and try to deal with something more quietly, or if you go in bow blazing and do it more aggressively. So there are a lot of different kinds of choices, and they all have different levels of impact on the story and your play experience. I really like telling stories, and I like figuring out how to tell stories in worlds like this. But it's always a huge relief to me when the game systems that exist in the game are also compelling in their own right. It was really nice for me to have a combat system that's really great, to have a traversal system that's really great, to have characters and worlds that are really beautiful. And so having all of these fantastic building blocks to make the quest that we had made my job a lot easier, I can tell you.
Maluchy.
I don't want to spoil anything, so I don't want to, tell a story of my favorite quests. There were a number of times during development of the game where things fell into place and they really started to work, and that was really great for me and for the team to have proof that it was working, proof that we were getting there. As things were finishing up, I've just been blown away by the assets and the art that the other parts of the studio were able to put together. There's some great scenes with incredible holograms and just these beautiful things that are going on. And so to see the story that I read more than 2 years ago translated into a video game so faithfully and really exceed my expectations, seeing things on the screen that I never thought were possible, has been an incredible experience for me.
Światła.